I'm Isolation 9 and I work in a cinema, currently in isolation, and I've been watching a lot of films. So I hope you all enjoyed watching Moon. I'm now going to do a bit of a follow-up where I'll be talking about the film and I'll be talking about the topic of isolation. If I had watched the film 3 months ago, I do question whether I would have had such a connection to it. I mean, I'd 100% recommend it. The cinematography is out of this world, even though it was relatively low budget, and the storyline is just incredible. I think the things that Sam Bell is going through at the minute isn't that distant to some of the things that perhaps you or I are going through, and I'm going to try my best not to give away any spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched the film yet. The film starts and we're introduced to Sam. We know that he is on a 3-year contract mining on the moon alone. My first thought was about how emotionally and mentally testing that would be, but there's a resilience to Sam. A resilience that is evident first by his pride and ease in carrying out his work.
I got a full container of helium-3 ready to roll. By the time this message reaches you, it should be in transit. Otherwise, everything running smoothly. How are things down there?
I felt like I had an instant understanding of who Sam was because I'd seen him in his working role. But we soon find out about Sam's personal life and we realise that he's spending too much time alone and away from home. His connection to Earth and his life on Earth is intimate and loving, but it's so far away. I think it's Sam's connection to Earth that kind of helps him retain his sense of identity and make Sam Sam.
Sam, I love you.
Sam has regular video links with his wife, Tess. He spends time building a model of his own town, Fairfield, and he seems to really enjoy taking care of his plants. These are all examples of things, let's call these external sources, which help Sam feel a sense of identity. Similar to how Duncan Jones portrays Sam Bell in the film, I always talk about myself in relation to the things around me. So I'll always talk about myself in relation to my job and my hobbies. They're things that I'm really proud of and can relate to people about. But what happens if one or both of these things disappears?
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
Ever since lockdown was announced, there's been a lot of talk about people losing jobs and restrictions that prevent us from spending time together. That's definitely been unsettling for me. Having regular chats with friends has been really, really good as well for my mental health. It's made me realise how important it is to keep speaking to people. If I didn't have that, I really wonder what it would be like if I was living with just me. There was also part of me that just couldn't figure out what a routine would be beyond what I knew.
You are Sam Bell. Sam, what is it? It might help to talk about it.
I don't understand what's happening. I'm losing my mind.
So like Sam Bell, should we learn to live with ourselves? Sam feels like he's losing his mind, and there's something about his character that makes me think he's distracting himself and not accepting his fate. And I don't think he's hiding from anything. I think he's choosing not to quit. But what does not quitting look like in lockdown? During the 1606 bubonic plague, it said that's when Shakespeare wrote King Lear. Also in the 1600s, it said that Isaac Newton discovered gravity while working from home during the pandemic. I kind of feel a sense of pressure to be doing things, whereas actually if I just spent more time with me, would I challenge myself beyond what I knew I could? And I don't think it's just about striving to be creative, it's about getting to know myself a bit better.
What is it about Sam that scares you?
He flies off the handle. I see it now. I see what Tess was talking about.
So I read an interview with Duncan Jones in which he said, "We all have relationships in the world, but there is no relationship more important than having to deal with yourself and being aware of what you're like as a person to deal with." Has lockdown opened that door for us? Moon is philosophical and it explores the ideas of existence and identity. And it left me asking so many questions. So let's talk about it in the comments below. How many lines would you give Moon? And what message did you take from the film? Next up in the isolation season, we're going to be watching Tom Hanks at his very best in Castaway, and that'll be on Tuesday at 7:45.